Hi there, I'm Yanko from TOEFL. My tip number 1 to you would be pay attention to your time management and do not get stuck on detail unless the detail is in the question. What does the TOEFL reading section contain? The content resembles to a certain extent material you're likely to encounter during your undergraduate or postgraduate studies. In other words, it is academic in style. The subject matter can be anything you might find in a textbook from areas including science, history or the humanities. Some of the most common topics in TOEFL include extinct animals and evolution, animal behavior, psychology, art history, the earth science. When you see a text about biology, geology, or let's say meteorology, you might freeze with fear. Or your impression may be that you don't know much about these or similar topics. Or it may be completely new to you. Perhaps you have never studied psychology or art history. That's alright. Prior knowledge to these subject-specific words or terms is not a prerequisite for the test. In fact, it is better not to rely on specialist knowledge when answering the questions. What is contained within the reading passage is sufficient enough for you to be able to answer each question correctly. The same is true for all other skills that will be tested. The TOEFL test does not test your knowledge on any specific topic, nor it is the test of your honesty. It tests your ability to use English language to communicate and draw logical conclusions based on the main idea presented. By testing precisely these skills, TOEFL tests your ability to select correct answer choices when you have limited knowledge regarding the content and limited time. TOEFL strategies and special preparation would not be necessary if you understood 100% of the written text, meaning every single word, and were allowed to spend, let's say, 2 hours instead of 18 minutes on each passage in order to answer 10 related questions. But the bad news is that we live in a fast-paced world where we often need to make decisions under the constraints of tight deadlines and a limited understanding of the circumstances involved. How you manage your time is the single most important skill that you need to develop in order to be able to perform well on the TOEFL test. For precisely this reason, the challenge pertaining to the content itself is secondary to the pressure of the limited time. Many students will find this particularly difficult because there are some very long passages with many questions. The typical TOEFL passage is around 700 words long, and you have only 18 minutes to read the passage and answer 10 questions. So time management is really the key in the TOEFL reading section. If you are reading the passage and stumble over the meaning of a single word or phrase without looking at a particular question, then you need to move on. You need to focus on the big picture rather than on individual details. The creators of the test will very often use this low-frequency advanced vocabulary, also known as verbiage, to unsettle you and disrupt your thinking while you are distracted by a difficult or unfamiliar term. They are tempting you to read the rest of the paragraph mechanically. Usually these unfamiliar words are not sufficient in determining the overall meaning of the paragraph in question. Instead, you should endeavor to focus on the part of the paragraph that you do understand and try to infer the meaning of the relevant word or phrase. I hope this was helpful. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure you do. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. That way, you will be the first to know as soon as we've got a new tip coming out for you. If you would like to sign up for our free online class with one of our specially trained tutors, click on the link in the description below or visit us at TOEFL.com. See you next time!